Hey, it's your buddy Tim Shell, and we're coming back with a new Raid Shadow Legends video.
Hey, it's your buddy Tim Show back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And we are on, I think, the last day. I guess we got a day and a half or so of this Hydra rotation. What I thought we would do is theory craft a little bit, because somebody commented on my last video, which is 100% accurate, and I appreciate any feedback I get on this. It's pretty much everybody's running the same team, right? The person had mentioned, he was hoping to see something different, and so it got me thinking, like, why are people not putting out anything different? And I mean, the answer is pretty obvious. It's because people can't figure out anything different. I'm pretty convinced. Tell me if you think this is true. But I am pretty convinced that how Raid built this is from the back forward. They said, okay. They said, we're going to put something in. It's going to have 4 heads. What can beat it? Go. And then they said, big DPS, HP champions can beat it. And they said, okay, so we'll stop that by doing this, right? And they said, what else? They said, okay, poisons. And they said, okay, we'll stop that. And then they said, okay, massive support champions and protecting DPSers. Okay, we'll stop that. And they went through a whole list and spent months and months figuring out what could beat this, and then stopped every one of them. Because I don't know the answer. Because everything you put in to do has a block, has a stop, has a hard stop on it, right? You say, hey, I'm gonna do my HP nukers. Well, we're gonna put a head in that's got reflect damage, and they're both gonna die. And then, well, I'm just gonna put in big support and try to protect everybody and just wear you down over time. Oh, well, we're just gonna have our heads eat you, pull out, the most important characters you have, and then finish you off like that. And oh, by the way, as time goes on, that cooldown gets shorter and shorter, right? So, we're just going to throw out plenty of buffs and make sure, well, we're going to have a head that steals all those buffs and then spreads them, right? You can't resist it. And I mean, it's maddening, but it's also kind of fun at the same time. So let's go through the tiers. So my idea is, obviously, I don't think anybody has great answers unless you're Scratch or Murder Inc. or one of these guys. You're not doing Nightmare. You're just not, right? Now, you might have been able to get away with it when they allowed the Shemale cheese. That's the one thing they missed, right? They missed the Shemale cheese with the deterrence mastery. But other than that, there has not been an answer to any of these. But for normal, I think you can pretty much, right? For normal, you need a little over 6.5 million damage. If you have a good, solid account, like here's the account I used. I just put some resistance in the lead, tried to protect my nukers, put in Rector to mitigate those fears, put in my Riho in case they did fearing me, and then put in my Sathalia for when Mischief did steal buffs. She's able to strip them right back off. So that worked fine, got me plenty of points to 1 key normal, right? Plus it also saved a lot of the champions that I wanted to use, like on hard, where I used a much more obvious team, right? Which was kind of what most other people are using, where I used my Duchess. This was a little bit different. You can see this guy, Balsman, used it as well for my clan. Really, really strong pairing, because together they have that remove buffs from the enemy, and if for some reason you don't get them to do what you want. So my strategy on keeping the Mischief head from just constantly buffing everyone up is picking one champion with really high resist that he can't strip and attacks every time. He seems to attack champions that have the most buffs, right? So Krisk was an obvious choice for me. It kind of works. Occasionally he'll go in there and still remove them, but then this combo has the ability to take those buffs back when it does happen. So this worked out really nice. Now the problem was, not everyone has a Krisk, and how do you make this happen? And I think I found another champion that does the same job, and we'll talk about it when we go to Brutal, because really what I'm going to be focusing on here is Brutal. I've used, I'm not sure if this is my best team. Putting Mashald in there might have been an issue, but if you looked at my damage, he did like 12 million out of the 27 million I did, or something like that. You can check the video yesterday. It was between 10 and 12, I think. So he did a lion's share of the damage, and yeah, was very well needed. I may or may not. No, I needed Shamail in there. Those fears are awful, and she doesn't keep you under veil enough to make it happen. So, with all that being said, I think I found another champion that does what my Krisk does, and I'm looking at Brutal at this point, right? And so, yeah, it looks to me like unless you can get over, 19.6, or unless you can get 20 million damage or so, you're not getting to the Knight's chest, right? Are these the same chest? I mean, they're called the Warrior chest. I'm guessing it's just the same chest, right? Let's see, 6-star... What's that? 6-star legendary, 5-star legendary, and then what is this? 6-star, 5-star. Yeah, they're the same chest. So there's no, you're not getting any mythical gear. How about at the end of this? Okay, so you have a chance to get some 5-star mythical gear here, but mostly freaking garbage. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So let's talk about my idea for Brutal. And what I did is I built this team. Yeah, I mean, definitely free to play, right? Free to play team. I have my high resist Duchess, and then I have my Lord Chamford. Now my Lord Chamford is doing what my Krisk did. And why is that? Well, let me show you why I chose Lord Chamford. And I would be interested if anybody else has another champion. Really what you want is a champion that buffs themselves every turn, right? To get that extra buff. So the first thing you have to do is you make sure, and I wish I could give credit where credit is due, but I heard on one of the content creators that this mastery, the game counts as a buff. So take this mastery, which is the tough skin, which, isn't bad for a champion, because really all he's in there to do right now is to make sure that he doesn't get buff stripped. So that's about all the resistance I could get on him, and then yeah, make it some decent stats. Otherwise, I was hoping to push some damage, and you can see in his masteries, I pushed in War Master to try to get some damage off on him too. But other than that, the reason I chose him was for this. At the start of each turn, he places a shield buff on himself, right? So I put him in immunity, which will give him a buff, the mastery, which gives him a buff, and then at every turn he's popping a shield on himself, which gives him a third buff. So I was hoping that was going to be enough to get the Mischief Head to attack him, which it seems to be. Now he also has some of these, which is pretty good. He does a decreased defense on one person, and this is fantastic, right? He decreases attack and decreases accuracy on all the other heads. So if the other head does attack like my high resist Duchess, then that works out pretty good for me as well, because that champion, that head no longer has a lot of accuracy, and I have just enough accuracy to land it. So that's the team I put together. It's pretty much just go on auto, and I'll stop it before the real problem with the team comes up. The best I've run is like 12 million on Brutal with this team until I run into these issues, and I'll show you, which got me thinking, you know what, these MFers planned for this, and all they cared about was making sure that you couldn't do this, right? So she gets her defense down and weaken. She gets feared because she's not under. There we go. And then this, and then there's the decreased accuracy. There's one throwdown. There's two throwdowns. So I start off with really good damage. See, he attacks my Lord Chamfort. So that's all good. Yeah, so everything's running along really nice here. Until this guy throws up his reflect damage. So I get that. He's still got his accuracy. There's one. See? Dead. Because he's got this up. I'm not sure what to do about that, to tell you the truth. Now, it is nice because it means that these two are never going to get eaten, right? And then she'll pick them back up here. But it's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest. So, yeah, we'll let this run. I honestly, if I can get... I mean, I'm just looking for one more chest, right? I'm looking for one more chest. And if I can make it happen, I can make it happen. So my Lord Chamfort's it's going to be the one to get eaten. And for some reason, he's super tough. Like, he never really takes a bunch of damage. So he's a very, very robust young character. And so that down goes my Royal Guard again. And I'll show you the builds on my Royal Guard. They're not fantastic, but they're not terrible. I mean, I want to say they have... I mean, maybe I got to swip out some HP and get them into some more HP. Because, yeah, they just fall down all the time. And then, obviously, they're my only damage. So, yeah. It makes life very difficult. All right. So, again, he didn't... did he not have any buffs on him? I don't know. He didn't get to steal him. So, luckily, this guy doesn't have fantastic... Okay, so he got eaten by this guy. So, we're going to target this guy. And this guy's not a bad guy to get eaten by, because usually he's not the lowest. He's not the lowest HP, and one of these guys will put that shield on the lowest HP. So it looks like we're definitely going to get him back. And again, he went. Oh, but that must have been in cooldown. Yeah, I'm not sure why he's not stripping buffs the way he used to. I was a little worried he was just going to start stripping buffs, but we're about to. We're about to take it back here, so come on. On this one? Yeah, there we go. We got our Chamfort back, but he doesn't have any buffs on him. Now he stripped the buffs. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. So we're going to take it off auto to let them run how they want to run. He's got his reflect damage up, so as soon as these guys get their takedown skills back, he's going to take himself out of the play, which removes that... that digest debuff, so he won't get eaten at that point. But let's see if he does it, or if he gets feared. If he gets feared, that's bad, because I kind of want him to die at this point, right? Because I don't want to... Oh, come on. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, this is bad, because I obviously want to save him, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because now that he's got block debuffs, increase attack, we need our Chamfort to come around, but everyone's under fear. I mean, it's just awful. Just awful. I mean, you kind of got to figure out a way to either make everybody high resist or get your Shamail in here to get rid of those fears, because it's just brutal. Ugh, stole my buffs again. Now he's got a heal on him. I mean, just brutal. Yeah, just brutal. Let's see if we can get this back. No. Nope. So again, the RNG is crazy to be able to, let's see, how many 2 turns, stolen buffs. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But at this point, I don't really care, because there's like a day left, and I'm kind of done with this. And this is going to give me one more chest, so I'll get 3 chests on this round, which yeah, for me is decent. You know what else I think sucks? Right? This is a Hydra. It is one monster. Why, when each head goes, do they count that as a turn? No, I'm gonna stop it here. Why? All 4 heads should have to take a turn for that creature to count as a turn, but it doesn't. Each head counts as a turn, which I think is 100% bullshit. Right? I mean, it's not like... Yeah, I don't like it. Okay, so look, here's 16, and we'll watch as these guys go. Here's my 2 takedowns. Okay, so there's 14. These 2 guys went, that was 14. 13. Yeah. It's awful. I mean, okay, so it's on here, so he's definitely gonna, and then it goes to here, which is good. I like that. But I think at some point they're gonna have to nerf this. Because I would dare say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I would dare say that 99.9% of the accounts aren't going to be able to probably two key brutal, right? I would say 98% of the accounts won't be able to really do hard. I mean, it is redonkulous. Okay, so this is better RNG. I would rather them take my but look at all those fears. Gosh, I wish I could figure out a way to get oh shit. Yeah, he had too many buffs on him, right? Or maybe my okay, so now we got the yeah, we'll see. So I got 4 million damage at 16. And then as the turns go, the time to get eaten goes way down, and the digestion time goes way down. When you get around 100, turns, it's 2 turns. 2 turns from when they eat you. I mean, I can't come up with the damage to save my champions in 2 turns. I mean, not even close. So I may try to swap out a one of these Royal Guards for a Shamail. And we'll do that, I think. We'll stop it unless I get some crazy number on this run. But you can see Chamfert's doing a pretty good job, and he's tanky enough to make it work. Now there's only 1 buff. Okay, so now he's got 5, so he should get. He's got 5 too, but it should count that mastery as a buff. So when this guy goes, he should attack. Yep, good. And I resisted, so that worked. So if you don't have a Krisk, you can do this with Lord Chamfert. So this run seems to be going a lot better, and he's got reflect damage up. So and we're under Veil, so far so good. He's gonna die. Oh, he didn't die. What happened? What happened? He's got reflect damage up, right? Yeah. Why didn't he die? Maybe if he's not targeted. Oh, God. All right. That's going to be the end of it. That's going to be the end of it. Unless I can get him to do just a crazy hard. Okay, so get him with the hamstring. Yeah, I'm going to pull one of these guys out and put my Shamail in. Only to keep the fears off. I mean, really, that'll be... I think he's still in that silly toxic set that does no damage, right? We got 3 rounds. Maybe we can get lucky with the RNG and hit this thing a few times, but we'll see. Oh, he stole buffs. Shit. And all my damage is done. Okay. All right, so you can see better. Almost 8 million. I think if I let this run, I'd get kind of around 8 million. I'm going to eat my Lydia next and have 2 eaten. Yeah, that's brutal. Okay, so let's try that. Let's try to pop in the Shamail and see if that makes life any better. So I put these guys on. I can't remember who does what. So let's take a look. One of these guys is built out a little better than the other one. So this guy 106 at 313 with some accuracy, and this guy. All right, so we'll take out number 2 and him, and then we'll put in. I think the only Shamail I have left is the one in the toxic set, which is this guy, and I don't think he's set up to do any damage. So let's see. Yeah, but he's got some resist on him, and he's in a toxic set, so he's going to lay down some. Poisons to hopefully fill up the. Let's find our Chamfert. It's funny, though. You make changes like this, and the entire landscape of the fight changes, right? And I think he should be fine. I don't think he needs any. All right, so let's give this a shot. And we're just going to target the... the poison head here and try to make this happen. So, because he will not let fears go unanswered, which is, I mean, a fantastic. And then eventually, I'm going to rebuild him in a. So he went after my Chamfort. That was good. I'm eventually going to rebuild him in a. I'm going to rebuild my second Shamail. My first Shamail is built for damage, so. But I do like to fill him up with poison so he can't take any buffs. So if for some reason he does steal some buffs or get some buffs, he's got no room to take buffs back. So yeah, and there goes the takedown on him. Now it's targeted my Chamfort, which is no good. Although it won't be as bad because Shamail won't allow the fears to take place, and this Shamail has pretty high resistance, like 300. So, and then she's got like I think 500 and something as well. So I'm not sure how. I guess I don't have good resistance pieces because I'm not sure how. I see some of these content creators get 800 or so, 750, 800 resistance on their champions. I'm like, how are you doing that? Like, I can't. About mid to high 500s is about as good as I can do. So I guess I don't have my guild hall totally built out, but I think I have 2 level 10s in resistance. So I filled out the accuracy, and I started filling out the resistance, and I started filling out the crit damage because I wanted that to happen as well, because you do need damage in this fight, right? You need basically everything. You need massive damage, you need great protection, you need really strange passives like Shamail has, you need resistance, you need HP. I mean, there's really nothing you don't need, right? Okay, so this fight seems to be going well, although I'm missing a lot of damage. So we'll see once somebody gets eaten if I'm able to get them back. So we'll see. Okay, so we got the decreased accuracy out. And you can see Chamfort is still like full health. Well, everyone is except for my damage dealer. So, and I went through and gemmed him. So I went through and tried to up his HP. And I mean, do you take his damage down and try to... do you take his damage down and try to make him survive a little longer? I kind of like that he dies, because then he's not really in jeopardy of being eaten. Because... yeah. Oh, that's no good. Okay. For some reason, that decreased accuracy is huge. This guy must not have fantastic accuracy because yeah, I don't think that Royal Guard had great... Oh, yeah. See, that's trouble right there. I don't think we can make it work at this point. We'll see, though. And again, I don't have great damage is the problem. Now, I also got a, yeah, there he goes. Down he goes. I wish he was chosen to be eaten. Oh, he stole buffs off my Shamail. I also got a comment on how to build a Shamail now that the cheese is over. And so I'm kind of thinking to do a video on that as well, but I might wait till the reset. And it's not complicated, right? I mean, Shamail, you're basically using him for the fear removal passive and for the fear remover passive and for the damage at this point. And, you know, some of the counterattack stuff. So, yeah, you just build him for damage and make him durable enough to stand up during the fight, and that's it, I think. Now, I like him in this set because I do like the additional damage that Toxic gives him. which is how I built my other Shemale. He does a little more damage. So, and you can see, I mean, I lost a ton. I mean, this is one of those things that, yeah, I might get similar damage numbers if I let this run for 60, if I can even make that work, because, yeah, they're just going to eat me up. They're just going to eat me up. So, yeah, so 3.8 million. I lost 2 of my champions just because I can't do enough damage. Some of that might have just been unlucky with that, and my Shemale's not built right, so I don't know. I'll do another video tomorrow, rebuild that Shemale, and we'll see if we can't make some headway. But really, this was all about our boy Lord Champfort and getting, you know, do I have a prayer of getting up to this knight's chest? No. I don't have a prayer, and it's actually not even that fantastic. I don't understand. Warrior knight's chest. That's the same chest, right? So you get this chest for getting 20 million on hard, and you get the same chest for getting 20 million on brutal. Okay, so they kind of overlap like that. But you know, if I can get one more chest, that's, you know, one more roll at some of the items I need. Now, I think only the protection items are going to be really good in this for specific champions, but the 30% isn't big enough. They need to be like 75%, maybe 30% in PvP and 75% in PvE to make this Hydra work a little better, I think. But yeah, but the way they're set up, no bueno. Anyhow, hope you're doing well. Let me know how your Hydra's going. If you have any great ideas, I would love to try them and put them on a video. So, anywho, have a great Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.